Welcome to the podcast that was voted one of the best in the marketing research industry 2 years in a row, first in 2019 and again in 2020. This is Research Business Daily Report, the only daily research news video for the last 10 years that has presented a look at one of the top stories that is of great importance to many members of the research industry, Monday through Friday most weeks. RBDR relies on viewers' support, so you can pitch in by contributing to us at patreon.com/RBDR. A little bit more about that later. My name is Bob Lederer, in my 26 years, the respected voice in market research. The world and the research world included are moving and changing very fast. Now, I know I don't have to tell you that, but once in a while it might be worthwhile for someone like myself to remind you of that. But as you will hear today on RBDR, one of the most significant changes taking place in client insights functions is internalization of a lot of research projects. And in line with that, there has been an adjustment to internally utilized survey platforms and introduction of internal data integration tools. Now, on this edition of RBDR, Innovate Market Research Senior VP of Global Innovation and Product Strategy Amanda Keller-Grill comments on the complex evolution taking place in consumer society that all businesses are striving to understand, to find answers for, and to hopefully successfully deal with. Amanda?
Thanks so much, Bob. So I'm going to set the scene here a little bit and ask you all to think back pre-smartphone. Do you remember those times? Payphones, cameras, paper maps, but in less than 2 decades, the way we consume products and services has exponentially changed. And yet, until recently, the insights industry has not really felt that demand to keep up. I remember for years we were talking at sample cons of years past of mobile. Mobile is coming. Mobile is coming. Mobile was here, and yet we didn't feel that demand to keep up. But we are feeling it now. There is the demand to adjust to the new consumer behaviors. And it's, pandemic, unprecedented times. When the pandemic first hit, companies initially pressed pause on insights. I think a lot of us were holding our breath through March and early April of 2020. But as everything was exceedingly unknown, we began to realize that it was long-term. The pandemic wasn't going anywhere, and consumer behaviors and attitudes began to rapidly change. There was drive-up groceries, takeaway cocktails, mask fashion, the demand for toilet paper, the speed of change. It had never been faster or more necessary. And businesses began to realize that they urgently needed to understand what was happening and how to react. So it's at this point that now both data analytics and research became very much the center of new corporate life. And the requirement for agile research and a team that can execute quickly became imperative. Everyone was demanding answers. What's happening? What's going to happen? Where do we go from here? And everything was changing so fast. And this accelerated shift towards internal research with products and services that could prioritize speed and the need for that instant gratification that really forced this disintermediation of both research and sampling best practices. Corporate companies, they needed to and continue to need access to answers now. Trends are changing so quickly. And as of the latest SMR buyer report, about 50% of all research is now conducted via internal research, with the expectation that's only going to continue to grow. But who are internal researchers? Some of you out there probably are. And typically, you're not a market research expert, right? Internal researchers probably don't have expertise in ideal questionnaire design or specialize in research methodology, nor do they need to, but they still have real research-related questions that need fast answers to inform better decision-making. So how do we meet a new demand and a growing customer base? Well, we built products. According to the 2021 SMR buyer report, on average, 65% of US companies are now using survey platforms and data integration tools for insights, and that's on the rise. And while tech-enabled products are supposed to create productivity and streamline experiences, the use of these tools is arguably complicating the research experience. In the United States alone, The average number of tools used per company is 5.4. Over 5 tools to complete the research journey. Think about that. How much time is spent training new platforms, integrating them, gathering all the disparate data, and then piecing it back together? In a world where we're demanding instant gratification and faster answers, this project life cycle just won't do. These tools are complicating our whole experience. We're back to needing a phone, a camera, a tape recorder, a Walkman, and a paper map. Personally, I want an iPhone, an integrated end-to-end solution to streamline the research experience. Don't you? And that's why we at InnovateMR have created the Vision Suite. It's a fully integrated end-to-end solution that gives anyone with questions access to faster answers. Our next generation suite of projects, it's designed to execute against all aspects of the research process: survey design, sample procurement, field management, fraud mitigation, and reporting. Now, isn't that sweet?
That wraps up today's Research Business Daily Report. Now, as we mentioned at the start of this video, we hope that you'll become an RBDR Patreon supporter, which means providing a monthly contribution via credit card, maybe $5 or $10 if you're an individual researcher, $25 or more if you are a business, on a monthly basis to help us defray costs so we can maintain the excellence of our reporting. Recently, we welcomed 2 new Patreon supporting research organizations, Survey Healthcare and Rare Patient Voice. We thank both for recognizing and supporting us and seeing the value that RBDR brings to the marketplace. If the remainder of you haven't quite moved in that direction yet, well, what can we do to help earn your support? I'd suggest that if you watch RBDR with any regularity or even once in a while, perhaps you're taking us for granted and could be showing us some support. So please visit RBDR's exclusive crowdfunding platform at patreon.com/RBDR, where you can select whatever level of support is comfortable for you to provide. And whatever that may be, we thank you in advance. While we await your decision, it is our hope that you're going to have a good research day in any event, and we'll welcome you back here tomorrow in any event. And until then, please take whatever steps you need in order to be sure that you stay safe.